Hey guys, it's Melissa. I'm going to get a little bit real with you today. Something that I have really started to see in life in general, whether it is in regards to It Works and our team or just people in general, including myself. This is something that I have battled a lot throughout my life, and I feel like God has really started to free me from it in the last probably 6 months. Is we Most of us live a life that we're fine with, but there's hard things about it. And we're always going to have hard things. This is not about trying to stay away from hard things. That's not what I mean. But I think more often than not, we get into a place, whether it is debt, whether it is, even if we don't have debt, we just don't have any financial freedom, whether it is a job we hate, whether it's relationships that we struggle with, either within our family or outside of our family. We have things that we get into these situations and we just kind of get to a place where we're like, I guess this is how it always is going to be. I guess I'm always going to live here. I guess I'm always going to be like this, and it's always going to be a challenge. And I think that there is a very fine line between contentment and defeat. And I think it's really important to be content in all situations. I think it's really important to allow ourselves to learn how to be joyful in the situation and not just wait for the situation to change, because what if the situation doesn't change for 10 years and we've been unhappy and lacking in joy for all that time? But I also think that we can so easily get stuck in ruts, and those ruts just become normal, even if they're not healthy. Even, that is why people stay in really bad relationships. That is why people keep making the same bad choices over and over again. And I'm not necessarily talking about bad choices in this video. I'm just talking about life. And I think that sometimes we believe that we are not the ones who are special enough to live bigger than where we're at. I think more often than not, we assume that all these people over here who have done amazing things with their lives and have made a big difference and have, we love a good rags to riches story, someone who was kind of down impoverished, and then they become someone huge and they make a difference in people's lives. And we love those stories. But I think more often than not, we do not believe that story is pertainable to us. And so we just keep on living. I was talking with a friend the other day, and she said, we've struggled financially our whole marriage, basically, and, always paid the bills, but had a hard time making ends meet and didn't ever really have extra to take care of people and give and that kind of thing. And she said, although I love the idea of making some extra money, she said, I guess I am just used to being here. And that really, I've just thought about that so much, because I think that is what happens, is we just get used to being somewhere that we stop fighting to move forward. We stop fighting to get out of this place that maybe isn't what God had intended for our lives. And I know not everyone I'm talking to right now has a relationship with Jesus, but I believe 100%, I know we are all created by God, and I believe 100% that He intended for us to live big, explosive, impactful lives. That's going to look different in everyone's life, but I do not believe He intended for anyone to have to live a non-existent life, basically. And I actually spent a lot of time this morning looking through my Bible, confirming my belief, and I came up with a handful of verses just within about a half an hour that talked about the fact that He created us to live a huge life, and He came so that we could live life to the absolute fullest. He did not intend for us to live a joyless life. He did not intend for us to get in a rut and stay in that rut for the rest of our life. He did not intend for us to look back on a 5-year period and be like, nothing big happened, nothing significant. There was nothing that I'm excited about. I didn't do anything life-changing. He created us to take risks. He created us to live not for ourselves, for other people, but in that we get to do big adventurous things. And so I see that mentality come into this business. And I think what happens is that we start off thinking, how amazing would it be if I got to be presidential, or if I got to be ambassador or Black Diamond or even Diamond, how amazing would that be? And then a few weeks in, and suddenly we start to see the people who have made it, and we either don't take time to know their stories or we just have not had a chance to hear their story. And so we have no idea how long it took them to get to whatever the made it place is in our mind. And we don't know if it took them 7 years, to get there. But we just start to think that can never be me. I don't think I was made for that. And when we get into that mind frame, we no longer fight and we just kind of let everything go. And I believe that if you are in this business, that you 100% can go to the top. What will that time frame be? I have no idea. That isn't even really the point. But I believe that we are here to make huge, explosive impacts on people's lives, both our own and our teammates and the people all around us. And I regularly have my team say to me, thank you so much for saying yes to this so that I got to say yes to this. And that is how I feel about my upline. Thank you. Thank you for everyone above me who said yes to this, because if they hadn't, I wouldn't be here. You have no idea the people around you who are someday going to say to you, thank you for saying yes to this, because if you hadn't, I wouldn't be here. Do not let yourself get to a place where you think, I'm not one of the ones who get to go to the top. I'm not one of the ones who get to make it big in this business. Because if you say that to yourself, you won't be one of the ones that makes it big in this business. And I really believe that in this situation, the only thing that prevents us from moving forward is our mind. Now, like I said, some people, it might take 1 year to get somewhere. Somebody, it might take 5 years. But really, where else in the world can we go and have a job that gives us any of the income potential, any of the potential that this company has to offer in even a 5-year period? Nowhere. And so I just really, that has been heavy on my heart, that I think that there are so many people who they don't even try after maybe a month or two, because they suddenly start to think, I don't think I'm one of the ones intended to go to the top. And I want to say that I absolutely believe the opposite of that. So I want to encourage you to spend some time and look in your mind and figure out where is your thought process about yourself, and are you willing to change that thought process? One of my teammates, oh my gosh, I watched her for 11 months, 10 months maybe, stay a distributor, and literally overnight she suddenly said, wait, why can't it be me? Why can't it be me? And 2 months later, she is almost chartered for Diamond. I mean, I am not even kidding you. I have never seen anything so amazing. And it all had to do with her mind. Because once she made up her mind that why can't this be her, she started working as if why can't it be her? And it became something that she believed in herself. And people can feel that, and they can hear that, and they can sense that. So that is causing people to say yes to her and to being a part of her team. So you are meant to be here. Please, please let yourself believe it.